Hi, I'm Sean Baker, certified outpatient coder, certified professional coder, the Grandmaster of psychology. I live with generalized epilepsy, paranoid schizophrenia, and schizoaffective disorder. But I rock. My YouTube channel is dedicated to the pursuit of equality when living with a mental illness. So why listen to this crazy guy? Well, here's cool stuff I've done in ascending order of coolness. I have no criminal history outside of minor traffic violations. I graduated at the top of my college medical coding class with a near perfect GPA. I became a healthcare professional with dual national credentials in my field. I am employed in my career field for over 15 years and stood the test of time. Medical professionals, coworkers, and doctors know about my medical conditions and still trust me with large quantities of money and resources. I own my own property. I compete in chess at the state and national level. I've competed in poetry performances at the state level. I've performed memorized live poetry with musicians in front of large audiences. I've written a book that sold hundreds of copies about my experiences. And I have not accepted financial help from the government since college and am a friend, leader, and provider in my respective social, academic, and professional communities. Pretty impressive for someone living with not only one, but 3 disabilities. Wouldn't you agree? Which brings me to why I'm here. Why am I making videos? Equality when living with a severe mental health disorder is neither taught nor expected in mainstream America. As I am living proof that it's possible, I am going to share my journey of how I did it in my videos. But Sean, you're a licensed medical coder and not a licensed psychologist. True, but guess what? I'll let you in on some secrets. Here's what the psychologist who taught me all the mechanics for cheating my diseases had to say when I was institutionalized as a teenager. We'll call her Cassandra. That's not a real name, but I don't discuss identities in my series for both ethical and legal reasons unless I have permission. The great Cassandra said, I only know the answers and can't live the answers since I don't have your chemical imbalances. If you know the answers and you live the answers, you will surpass me. And that is the greatest hope for all my clients. The great Cassandra also said, what I can do for my clients is unfortunately tied down by the limits and available resources of our system. So that's why someone like me should step forward. Psychologists aren't bad people, but they don't live through the experiences their clients do, and they are legally forced to operate in an imperfect system. I'm also not legally or ethically able to promise results. But what I can do for you is share my journey, and you can decide for yourself whether or not my advice is worthwhile for you or your loved one. And watching my videos and learning from me is free for you. So here's the secret to my success. Take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Responsibility is not blame. Sounds easy, right? Well, not really. Living this way requires skill and guts, but it's possible and teachable. Here's some common problems people suffering from severe mental health disorders experience in mainstream America. Maybe like me, you have to get extremely expensive medications or suffer unimaginable discomfort and possibly die. Maybe people think you're a joke and make your life struggles into a comedy. Maybe people have actually beaten and abused you over your conditions. Maybe you have to be at a job and people discriminate against you. Maybe your dates dump you over your illness. Maybe you're going through identity problems because of abuse or trauma. Maybe people get false information about you and blame you for stuff you don't do. Maybe the list is too exhaustive for me to compile. All of these things have happened to me, and some are still happening to me. The goal of my model is to get the best possible outcome for ourselves and our loved ones. In my experience, it's been like solving a puzzle. And then when you're done with that puzzle, you go on to the next one. And then you have to solve another puzzle, and the next one comes by. Now, if you get frustrated at the puzzle, that's not going to help you solve the puzzle. Or if you police the rules of the puzzle where you go, it's not fair that the puzzle is like this. Why would the puzzle be like this? It's just not reasonable. It's not fair. How could this be? That won't help you solve the puzzle either. So sometimes puzzles also require varying levels of resources and time and networking to solve. Maybe you have to talk to a bunch of people to network and problem solve a scenario. Maybe you have to just sit there and work through your studies or the problem at hand. But whatever puzzle you're thrown with, you're going to try and solve it as best you can. And that's what my model is like, and I'm going to apply it to various different scenarios that you might find yourself in. And always the goal is to get the best possible outcome for ourselves and our loved ones. The importance of the idea, responsibility, is not blame. This is a departure from current American thought, but it's been my experience that decades of time and resources are wasted on who's to blame. Instead, I recommend focusing energy on bettering your life for you and your loved ones. But Sean, what about justice and accountability? Well, I spent 2 years of high school behind locked doors, growing up with abused children and rape victims. If you teach people how to redirect energy toward how to solve problems and not who caused the problems, you're doing them possibly the greatest act of mercy in their lives, abuser or not. It's been my experience by cheating disease and abuse that I have lived to know justice on a scale unknown to the majority of the American populace. If you or your loved ones are suffering from abuse or severe mental health disorders, I want you to know what it's like to live free, to be able to be an equal part of America, and to be happy and to find your place in the world. I will be making many more videos and have booked talented guests for future shows. There's a lot to go over in the pursuit of equality when living with a mental illness. So that's why you should follow my channel and future shows. I want to share with you everything I know. Thank you for spending your time with me. Have an excellent rest of your day or night.